2B. Listening and speaking. Listening. Listen to an interview with a woman who has just come back from a trekking vacation in Patagonia. Check your predictions in the previous activity.
I'm joined in the studio this afternoon by Jane Waters, who has just returned from a trekking vacation in South America.
Hello.
Tell us, Jane, what exactly does a trekking vacation involve?
I suppose trekking can be best described as walking for enjoyment.
And where exactly did you go?
I went to the Patagonian steppe. It's a huge, almost empty place. The only thing moving when I was there was the wind. Some people think it is a lonely place. For me, it's beautiful, and it gave me the chance to think deeply. I work as a doctor in a big city, and I'm always very busy. So the peace and quiet of the trip was one of the main reasons that I decided to go to Patagonia.
I see. I think we all benefit from standing back now and again and looking at our lives and what we want to achieve in the future. But is there anything else for the visitor to do?
Oh yes, there's lots. I went horseback riding and mountain biking, as well as walking for hours through the grasslands or pampas. While I was doing that, I saw these extraordinary condors circling in the air above me. There were also sheep everywhere. Patagonia is well known for its sheep, and the shepherds out there are called gauchos.
I know that Patagonia is not a rich place. I believe that most of their money comes from cattle. Did you visit any of the ranches?
Sure, though they call them estancias. Nowadays, increasing numbers of people are coming to Patagonia, and the estancias are becoming tourist attractions. Fortunately, I made friends with Ana, a local schoolteacher, who invited me to her family's traditional estancia in a beautiful valley a few hundred miles from the town of Bariloche.
Nice. What about the local food? Did you try it?
Yes, it was truly delicious. For the main meal of the day, we would have grilled lamb, or asado, as they call it, with a special sauce called chimichurri. Salad, fresh bread, and sparkling spring water. Ana's uncle is a gaucho, and he told us about the old days when he used to be all alone on the ranch and wouldn't see another human being for days. You know those ranches are incredibly big. He described having to walk 12 miles between 2 sheep barns on a typical day.
That sounds like a completely different lifestyle. What about your trekking? Did you explore the mountains?
I certainly did. I went to the Los Glaciares National Park. It got colder and colder as I trekked through the mountains with a small group of German tourists. But it was well worth it. Probably the best thing about the whole trip was when all of a sudden, I saw some pink flamingos down by a sparkling lake. It was nearly sunset. It was breathtaking to be part of nature like that. We were going to go sailing on one of the lakes too, but unfortunately something went wrong and that was canceled.
That sounds like a unique experience. What about pumas? Did you see any of those incredibly fast and athletic animals?
Well, I heard plenty of stories about pumas, but unfortunately I didn't actually see any. But in 4 or 5 years, when my children are old enough to come with me, I will definitely return to South America. And who knows what I will see.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Please come back onto the show after your next trip.